free for a quote or visit diamondroofingcorp.com today.
Phillip Motors, always willing to serve you with the winning combination of small-town friendly sales and service, and the latest vehicle and trucks from Ford, Lincoln, Dodge, and Chrysler. Your friends and neighbors across the West River Territory have come to depend on Phillip Motors, family-owned for over 40 years, offering a relaxing, down-to-earth, comfortable car shopping experience. Search online at phillipmotors.com or stop by and see their new and used inventory. Phillip Motors proudly supports Philip Scotty's activities.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Have you heard the bad news? All have sinned and fall short of the glory of God, and the wages of sin is death. But have you heard the good news? God demonstrates his own love toward us in this, that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. Want to know more about life and hope? Call or text 605-858-3107.
Out here, we have a deeper connection to the land, a stronger connection to our neighbors, standing on our own 2 feet while also working together. The power to do more connects us all. At member-owned West River Electric Association, it's all of us working together to make today and tomorrow better. This is Co-op Country.
At Dakota Discount RV, our mission is to make your RV experience fun and easy by providing quality recreational vehicles, competitive pricing, and professional sales and service. We're proud to offer the finest names in RVs. Our big inventory of fifth wheels, travel trailers, and toy haulers allow us to save customers thousands of dollars compared to most dealers. Come see us at either of our 2 locations, 3330 East Mall Drive, Rapid City, or 11200 JB Road, exit 48, Somerset.
Welcome to Bowie Foods at Al's Oasis Plaza. My great-grandfather, Gus Bowie, opened the first store in 1905. I'm R.F. Bowie, the president of Bowie Foods. We aren't your typical store. You'll find everything you need for your family. You'll save money, and I promise you're going to enjoy your grocery shopping experience. We carry a lot of locally produced products and some things you just aren't going to find anywhere else. South Dakota-owned, family-owned, Bowie Foods.
Want a successful farming season? Hefty Seed Company in New Underwood loves to provide great pricing, up-to-date agronomic advice, speedy load times, and exceptional customer service. Now, we carry lawn care products, Photoxin pellets and tablets, liquid fertilizer, seed, and chemical in all different sizes. Please give Hefty Seed a call at 605-754-6170 for anything you need to make your future farming season a growing success. Everyone at Hefty Seed Company wishes everyone a safe and wonderful school year and the best of luck in all your sports seasons.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Phillip Health Services proudly supports youth activities in our rural communities. Phillip Clinic and Kadoka Clinic physicians and caregivers will provide you and your family with a personalized care experience. The clinic staff extend a sense of family and strive to improve the quality of life for all those who are entrusted to their care. When you or a loved one needs medical attention, choose a personal care experience at Phillip or Kadoka Clinic. Open 6 days a week for hours and more helpful information. See their weekly ad in the Pioneer Review or visit them online. Phillip Health Service, a personal care experience.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
Colt's Nuts and Bolts in Phillip really has it all. You'll find steel products, GE kitchen appliances, kitchen decor, houseware, clothing, bugs and muck boots, and Milwaukee tools too. And you can get just the right color palette with Valspar paint. Take a look at the Ashley furniture they have and test out the Amazing Rest mattresses. They also offer appliance repair and delivery. See all that they have to offer at Colt's Nuts and Bolts in Phillip.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
The Wall Badlands Area Chamber of Commerce encourages you to support the local businesses and shop small, shop Wall. Shopping locally stimulates the local economy and gives back to the businesses who support our community, local events, and many youth activities. Check out wall-badlands.com for a full list of Wall Badlands area businesses as well as local events and more. Remember, shop small, shop Wall.
It's a particular kind of joy when people come together. There's really nothing like it. And
back to the Crew Agency Press Box.
Isn't it amazing in that magic moment how all the distance between us, all the obstacles, just disappear? Wherever, whenever, however. Connecting you to what matters most.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance.
Contact Donna Enders, your local Farmers Union Insurance agent, today.
Welcome back to the Crew Agency Press Box.
Good evening and welcome to Wall, South Dakota. Tom Anderson with you tonight on LiveTicket.tv and at Wall Eagles Live on YouTube. Quarterfinal action in Class 9A playoffs. The Wall Eagles 9-0 on the season. They are the number 1 seed taking on number 8 Castlewood, 8-1 on the season. Castlewood last week advanced by defeating Dupree by a score of 46-12, while Wall took care of Lemon McIntosh, as they have most of their opponents this season, 55-0. Wall really hasn't been contested this year. They beat Phillip in their opening game 54-6, defeated Harding County Bison by a score of 73-20. That is the most points scored against Wall so far this year. 5 of their next 6 games they pitched shutouts. Stanley County, the only team to get a point on the board in a 56-6 loss. Otherwise, it was Kadoka 52-0, New Underwood 54-0, Jones County, Bennett County, both 50-0 scores, and Lyman County by a 55-0 victory. And the 55-0 win last week over McIntosh continues their shutout streak now at 4. Coach Nick Ernst in his first season at Castlewood dropped their first game of the year to Warner by a score of 23-14, but they've won 8 straight since, defeating Chester, Wolsey, Wessington, Wilmot, put up 56 points in that game. They shut out Oldman, Ramon, Rutland 50-0, down to Waverly South Shore by a score of 60-8. Esteline Hendricks played them a little tougher, 38-8, and then Dubrook area down 60-8. So a lot of offense on both sides of the football and a lot of defense. So which one comes out on top? That is going to be the interesting thing to look at tonight. For Castlewood, they've got a couple of huge defensive ends out there in Leonard Warnke. He is 6'6", 200 pounds. And the other defensive end is Brody Bass, 6'5", 200 pounds. And they're going to be trying to stop the offensive machine known as Jace Moore. Moore last week against Lemon McIntosh, 4 carries, 117 yards, 2 touchdowns, averaged 29.3 yards per carry. On the season, Moore, just unbelievable numbers. 62 carries, 1,181 yards, 22 touchdowns. That's 19 yards per carry for the senior running back of the Eagles. He also caught 3 passes for 185 yards and 2 touchdowns. And keep in mind, most of their games were ended by the mercy rule at 50-0. They're done in Class 9A, and they had a lot of games that only went to the half, I'm sure. I don't know how many of them made it into the third quarter. Other than Jace Moore on offense for Wall, they have a strong quarterback in Tanner Vollmer. He ran the ball 32 times for 372 yards and 7 touchdowns this year. 11.6 yards per carry, is 41 of 68 passing for 1,167 yards, 21 touchdowns, was intercepted only twice. His top target was Dawson Hancock, 13 receptions, 8 of those went for scores, 373 yards on the season, and a 28.7 yard average. Austin Kerstead, 9 catches for 202 yards and 3 touchdowns, 22.4. Younger Amiot had 6 catches for 128, and Teeling Kerstead, 6 catches for 133. Amiot with 5 touchdowns. Kerstead had 4. They both averaged over 20 yards a catch. For Castlewood, they are led on the ground by their quarterback, Camden Kessler. He's not small. He can stand 6'3", 200 pounds. 81 carries, 1197 on the year for 21 touchdowns. He averaged nearly 15 yards a carry. Was 33 of 68 through the air, 4 interceptions, threw for 13 touchdowns, 782 yards. 49 carries for 530 yards for running back Brody Bass. He had 9 scores in those runs, 10.8 yards per carry, and 6 catches for 90 yards, a couple of touchdowns, averaged about 15 yards per reception. Trevor Everson, the other running back, 552 yards on 56 carries, 7 touchdowns, 9.9 yards. So both teams can put up the yardage, and they break big plays. So it's going to be a contest of wills by the defense to see if they can overcome the strong offensive output from both of these teams. So it's going to be Wall, number 1 seed, 9-0 against number 8 Castlewood, 8-1. Elsewhere across the state tonight at Phillip, the Scotties, the number 4 seed at 7-1 on the season, will be taking on number 5 Ipswich. They are 8-1. The Scotties defeated Esli and Hendricks last week 36-8 to advance. Ipswich by a 58-8 score over Harding County Bison moved on to the quarterfinal rounds. Warner High School, they are a perfect 9-0 on the year. They handed Castlewood their only loss of the season. They're the number 2 seed. They've defeated Timberlake by 40, 52-12. Howard is their opponent, the number 7 seed at 7-2. Down Centerville, 52-32. And in the other quarterfinal game in Class 9A, Alchester Hudson, 7-2 on the year against Platte Geddes. They are the number 6 seed at 8-2. Platte Geddes upended Lyman, 42-30. Alchester Hudson shut out Dubrook area, 14-0. So those are your matchups in Class 9A. In Class 9AA, Freeman Marion Freeman Academy, the number 1 seed, 9-0, takes on Kimball White Lake at 6-3. Number 4 Hill City and number 5 Hamlin. That should be a good one. They're both 8-1 on the year. Elkton Lake Benton, 8-1 also on the season. They're the number 2 seed. They will be playing Hanson. They are 5-4 on the year, number 10 seed. Number 3 Parkston, 8-1, takes on number 6 Bonhomme, 7-2. In Class 9B, number 1 St. Mary's, they are undefeated at 9-0. They will battle Corsica Stickney, 6-3 on the year. They are the number 9 seed. They moved through the playoffs last week. Faulkton area, 6-3 on the season, and Sully Buttes, 8-1 on the season. They are the 4 and 5 seeds. Number 2, Avon, 8-1, will play number 7, Sioux Falls Lutheran. They are 6-3 on the year. Coleman Egan, 6-3, also they're the number 3 seed, and they'll be hosting Herod Selby, 7-2 on the year. In 11-man football tonight, it'll be Brandon Valley against Sioux Falls Roosevelt, Sioux Falls O'Gorman against Harrisburg, Sioux Falls Lincoln, I believe, defeated Rapid City Central. Central, though, playing them close. They actually had a lead at 21 to, let me back up, 21 to 20. 3 seconds to go in the first half. Lincoln scored, and then Lincoln let loose in the third quarter. When I came in, they were up big. And Sioux Falls Jefferson, Sioux Falls Washington playing the second game of the doubleheader at Howard Wood. Jefferson, the number 3 seed, against number 6 Sioux Falls Washington. In 11AA, number 1 Yankton hosts number 8 Spearfish. Sturgis and Watertown in Sturgis. They're both 5-4 on the year. Number 2 Huron will take on Brookings. Huron 7-2, Brookings 5-4, and Pierre will host T-Area. Pierre 6-3, T-Area 5-4. In 11A, in Sioux Falls Christian, the number 1 seed, undefeated at 9-0, takes on number 8 Rapid City Christian, who rallied late in the year to make the playoffs. Number 4 Madison is 7-2. They are hosting the 6-3 West Central Trojans. They're the number 5 seed. Number 2 Del Rapids and number 7 Millbank, both 6-3 on the season in the third game in 11A. And Lennox will host Tri-Valley. Tri-Valley 6-3, Lennox 7-2 on the season. And in Class 11B, number 1 Elk Point Jefferson, they're 9-0. They will take on number 8 Sioux Valley. They're 5-4. Dual 8-1 on the year. The number 4 seed, they are hosting number 5 Wagner, 7-2. Undefeated St. Thomas More Cavaliers in Rapid City tonight, 9-0, hosting number 7 Mount Vernon Plankinton. They are 5-4 on the year. While Winter, 6-4 on the year, the number 11 seed, they struggled early in the year. So if they can make a run, they take on Clark Willow Lake in Clark tonight. Clark Willow Lake sitting at 8-1 on the year. So your defending champs, as we roll in here, 9B it's Sully Buttes, 9A it's Howard. We mentioned that, maybe I did. Wall defeated Castlewood last year in the quarterfinals, 62-12, so Castlewood with just a little bit of revenge on their mind here in the playoffs. Wall lost to Wolsey Wessington 30-28 last year in the semis. And 9AA Hamlin defeated Parkston for the title last year. In 11B, Winter, the defending state champion, they defeated Sioux Valley. They defeated St. Thomas More in the semis last year, 36-0. In 11A, it was Rapid City Christian losing to Sioux Falls Christian in the first round last year. Sioux Falls Christian went on to play Lennox. Lennox with a 58-23. I'm sorry, it was the Christian Sioux Falls Christian game. Lennox defeated Sioux Falls Christian for the title. In 11AA, Watertown, the champs, 14-13 win over Pierre. And in 11 AAA, Sioux Falls Lincoln defeated Brandon Valley 31-21. Most expect that to be a rematch this year in 11 AAA. Castlewood's only trip to the finals, they lost in 1999 to Stickney Mount Vernon. And Wall in 2022, their last trip to the championship game, that was in 9AA. 34-14 Parkston. So we're going to take a break and turn it over to the PA announcer and get set for the national anthem. We'll be back with the kickoff as we continue with Wall Eagles football tonight on liveticket.tv and at Wall Eagles Live on YouTube.
Phillip Building Center is your local full-service lumber yard, building materials, and hardware store ready to aid in all of your project needs. They offer steel buildings and custom sheds and encourage you to stop in for a quote or to learn more about their blow-in insulation trailer rentals, screen repairs, custom glass cutting, DeWalt and Stanley tools, EPG paints, stock tanks, electric fencing material, and plumbing supplies. They wish all area schools a successful and healthy sports season.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Dreaming of a perfectly manicured property? Or maybe just making those weekend chores a whole lot easier? Grossenberg Implement has the answer. Right now you can get special low-rate financing on powerful and versatile John Deere compact utility tractors. Large or small, we've got them all. And they do it all too. From mowing to tilling to landscaping and hauling. Visit your local or go to grossenberg.com for low-rate financing on compact tractors.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Crew Agency has been proudly serving and protecting the local farmer and rancher since 1984. They offer all your crop insurance needs, including multi-peril crop insurance, pasture, rangeland, and forage, livestock risk protection, and crop hail. Crew Agency is a proud supporter of our local schools, athletics, and communities, and would like to wish all the student athletes good luck in their events this week. Give them a call at 605-433-5411. Crew Agency is an equal opportunity provider.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
In today's economy, every dollar counts. To be certain you have the right insurance coverage at the right price, Bank West agents work with multiple companies to compare options on your behalf. Your Bank West agent can help you avoid paying too much, while assuring you have adequate coverage for those times when you need it most. Contact your local Bank West agent for a free policy review. Insurance products are not deposits, are not FDIC insured, and may lose value.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
Diamond Roofing is your trusted roofing contractor in Rapid City and the surrounding Black Hills area. With over 40 years of experience, they specialize in residential and commercial roofing, as well as siding, windows, and gutter installation. They also collaborate with general contractors to install roofs on new home construction. Diamond Roofing offers customized solutions that fit both your needs and your budget. Call 605-720-7663 for a quote or visit diamondroofingcorp.com today.
Philip Motors, always willing to serve you with a winning combination of small-town friendly sales and service. And the latest vehicle and trucks from Ford, Lincoln, Dodge, and Chrysler. Your friends and neighbors across the West River Territory have come to depend on Philip Motors, family-owned for over 40 years, offering a relaxing, down-to-earth, comfortable car shopping experience. Search online at philipmotors.com or stop by and see their new and used inventory. Philip Motors proudly supports Philip Scotty's activities.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Have you heard the bad news? All have sinned and fall short of the glory of God, and the wages of sin is death. But have you heard the good news? God demonstrates his own love toward us in this, that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. Want to know more about life and hope? Call or text 605-858-3107.
Out here, we have a deeper connection to the land, a stronger connection to our neighbors, standing on our own 2 feet while also working together. The power to do more connects us all. At member-owned West River Electric Association, it's all of us working together to make today and tomorrow better. This is Co-op Country.
At Dakota Discount RV, our mission is to make your RV experience fun and easy by providing quality recreational vehicles, competitive pricing, and professional sales and service. We're proud to offer the finest names in RVs. Our big inventory of fifth wheels, travel trailers, and toy haulers allow us to save customers thousands of dollars compared to most dealers. Come see us at either of our 2 locations, 3330 East Mall Drive, Rapid City, or 11200 JB Road, exit 48, Somerset.
Welcome to Bowie Foods at Al's Oasis Plaza. My great-grandfather, Gus Bowie, opened the first store in 1905. I'm RF Bowie, the president of Bowie Foods. We aren't your typical store. You'll find everything you need for your family. You'll save money, and I promise you're going to enjoy your grocery shopping experience. We carry a lot of locally produced products and some things you just aren't going to find anywhere else. South Dakota-owned, family-owned, Bowie Foods.
Welcome back to the Crew Agency Press Box.
Wall High School would like to thank tonight's Wall Booster Club Platinum.
Welcome back to Wall, South Dakota. Tom Anderson with you on LiveTicket.tv and on YouTube at Wall Eagles Live. Wall, the number 1 seed, 9-0 on the season, hosting number 8, Castlewood, 8-1. Castlewood defeated Dupree last week, 46-12. In that contest, their quarterback Camden Kessler threw the air 3 of 7, 77 yards and a touchdown. That touchdown went to Warnke, who had 2 catches for 60 yards. That touchdown was a 53-yard completion. Bass caught the other pass for 17 yards. And as they've done all year, Castlewood really grinds it out on the ground. I don't know if you call 11.6 yards a carry really a grind. Kessler, 20 carries for 232 yards, 11.6 yards per carry, 5 touchdowns. Bass had 4 carries for 18 yards. As a team, they ran the ball 30 times for 258 yards. In Wall's win last week against Lemon McIntosh, 55-0 shutout. Volmer, 6 of 7 through the air, threw for 4 touchdowns, 120 yards. 3 of those touchdowns went to Dawson Hancock, 3 catches for 89 yards. Younger Amiot had a catch for 2 yards. That was for a touchdown. Jace Moore, just 4 carries, had 117 yards and 2 touchdowns, 29.3 yards a carry. Volmer, 7 carries for 63 yards. He had a touchdown. Carter Sundahl, 2 carries for 19 yards, and he scored as well. So Wall will kick off. Going deep for Castlewood is Yoder Munoz and Leonard Warnke.
Emmett Dinger back to kick for the Eagles.
And Dinger will kick it away for the Eagles, kicking right to left. It's an east-west lying field. The wind out of the northwest. They say 17. It looks like that flag is moving a lot more than 17 miles an hour. Game time right around 48. Line drive taken at the 10 on the far side of the field, coming and gets hit as he crosses the 25 just outside the hash marks with Munoz. And for Castlewood, they're going to start at the 29. So just underway, quarterfinal action, 9A. As Wall looks to keep their undefeated season going, 9-0 on the season. And it's going to be a match of wills offensively and defensively. Both teams put up a lot of points, a lot of yards, high per yard average on their plays. Castlewood is going to spread it out. Slot left, wide receiver to the far side, two to the near side. That now they bring their receiver in motion, and it'll be Kessler after spreading it out. He will take it over the 30 to the 33.
Quarterback keeper for the Warriors, brought down by Austin Kerstead. 4-yard gain on the play.
So pickup of 4 for Kessler. Be 2nd and 6 from the 33. The ball sits between the hash marks. Moving left to right. Single setback to the left of Kessler. Munoz in motion. Near side to the far side. And Kessler will run it left side, and he will make it maybe to the 35.
Run down by number 13, Trevor Schultz.
Kessler will pick up 2. Schultz with the tackle. Ball sits between the hash marks and the Warriors. Couple of runs for Camden Kessler. As we mentioned earlier, he is pretty much their offense. 81 carries on the season. Their 2 running backs, 49 and 56 carries.
So we got 5 or 6 as running back now.
Everson, the running back, standing to the right of Kessler. Slot right, 2 receivers to the near side of the field. Tight end to the left, back to throw. Kessler brings it down, saw the opening, and he gets hit. Stays on his feet and gets the first down. So the Eagles had him at about the 35, and Kessler, 6'3", 200. He's a load to bring down. And he will be bounced down finally at the 43-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 for Kessler and first down for Castlewood. So Kessler, 3 plays, 3 carries. I don't know if he had any intention of throwing the football on that play. He brought it down pretty quickly. Ball sits on the far hash marks. Receiver to the left, slot to the right. Single setback. I believe that is Everson. Kessler will pitch it to Everson, comes to the near side. Wall strings it out, and he's going to be brought down. Coming up for the Eagles was Vollmer. Younger Amiat also in on the tackle. That'll be a loss on the pitch play. Back to the 38-yard line. So loss of 5 on the play to Everson. And Castlewood playing behind the sticks here on 2nd down, 2nd and 15. Ball on the near hash marks. Running back to the left is Bass. 6'5" running back. He's going to get the pitch. Then try it to the far side, and Vollmer hits him in the backfield again.
Pass on the carry, run down the backfield.
No, check that. It's younger Amiat, number 11. So they've tried the 2 running backs, and they've gone backwards. It'll be a loss back to the 35-yard line. That'll be a loss of 3 on the carry by Bass. So now we'll see if Kessler puts it up in the air on a 3rd and 18. Ball sits between the hash marks, empty backfield. Bring Munoz in motion, right to left. Kessler back to throw, brings it down. He wants to run. Wall was ready for him. Did not fool the Eagles. Austin Kerstead with the tackle. That'll be a pickup out to the 36-yard line. I don't know how many times Castlewood had to punt in the season.
They're not going to put nobody back.
In fact, I don't even have, let's see if I have a punter. Tyson Manley is the punter for Castlewood. Wall has nobody back to receive, kicking into a wind that is blowing pretty steady out of the northwest. Manley will put it up into that wind, and it knuckles to the right and pretty much dies just inside the 45-yard line of Wall. They will take over at their 44-yard line with 7:57 to go, first quarter. And Wall, with the wind behind them, again, they're more of a running team. Volmer, 41 of 68 on the year. But Jace Moore at running back, Dawson Hancock, Austin Kerstad, the wide receivers, Younger Amiot, and Trevor Schultz, the tight ends. And it will be Volmer. He's going to try the right side, and he is tracked down from behind. That is Warnke giving chase. He'll pick up yardage out to the 47-yard line, pick up a 3 for Volmer on the carry. Receivers split each way. Ball on the far hash marks. Wall moving right to left with that wind behind him. Fake to Moore, and that is going to be the quarterback getting tossed down around the 44-45. Camden Kessler, the opposing quarterback, plays linebacker as well, and that will be a loss back to the 45. So Volmer with a pick up of 3 gives 2 of it back on the loss. It'll be 3rd and 9 now. And the defenses for both teams have been stepping up. Mishandling the snap, throwing it down the far sideline. That'll go incomplete. So Volmer mishandled the snap. And on the first 3 plays, Jace Moore does not get a whiff. So 4th and 9 for the Eagles. Well, they spotted it right. They were spotting it at the 44 there for a moment. And back to receive the punt from Dinger will be Eberson. The wind behind him. High kick, and that is going to go and hit about the 15. And just like the kick from Castlewood, it hit and just kind of bounced around. Didn't really get much of a roll. It'll go down inside the 15. So Castlewood will get their second opportunity. The defenses have stepped up in the first 2 possessions. 6:37 to go in quarter number 1, and it will be 1st and 10 for Castlewood from their 13-yard line. So we saw Kessler carry the ball 4 times on that first possession for 15 yards. Their 2 backs, 2 carries combined for a -8. Munoz stands to the right of Kessler. Split receivers each way, slot man left. Ball on the near hash marks. Kessler gets it, runs, and he is not going to get much, maybe to the 15-yard line.
And Jace Moore.
So they're going to be just shy of the 15-yard line. Ball between the hash. Munoz stands to the right of Kessler. Double slots. Receiver to the right side. Again, snap, and the Wall Eagle defense is just waiting for Kessler to hit. Austin Kerstad and Jace Moore in on the tackle.
No gain on the play. 3rd down and 9.
So Kessler from the 14 will be looking at 3rd and 9. Talked about the Battle of the Wills in the pregame. Both teams putting up a ton of points, getting huge gains on each of their plays on average, but the defenses have stepped up. Here on the second possession for Castlewood, 3rd and 9. Single set back to throw. Ball batted up in the air, and it was there for the taking.
Kessler's pass is incomplete.
The pass was blocked at the line, and Ryan Billmeyer had an opportunity to come up with it if he could have found it in the atmosphere. The pass goes incomplete on Kessler's first attempt. So he and Vollmer both 0 for 1. Austin Kerstadt will step back. They didn't have anybody back on the first punt. Warnke, now they're going to bring Kerstadt up to about the 40. A little line drive, bounces. Kerstadt takes it on the hop. Near side, goes to the far side, steps through one tackle. He's at the 40. 35, 30, and he's going to get taken down across the way inside the 30-yard line. And that is big. Leonard Warnke with the tackle. So Wall will try their hand on the offensive side of things again with 5:06 to go in the first period, and they will start from the Castlewood 29-yard line. Ball on the far side. Moore stands to the left of Vollmer, and Vollmer will run behind Moore left side, gets outside the hash marks, cuts it up between the numbers at the 5, makes a move, still on his feet, and goes down right around the 5-yard line.
Vollmer on the keeper, brought down by Munoz.
So Vollmer will be spotted down at the 6.
Eagles will have it first and goal on the 6-yard line.
23-yard pickup for Vollmer. First and goal, ball sitting on the near hash mark, so send 3 receivers to the left side now. Nobody to the right of the tackle, and that's the way they'll run it. And at the 1 and into the end zone untouched is Vollmer. So Vollmer takes it in from 6 yards out. Quick 2-play drive. Vollmer with the touchdown run. And the Wall Eagles go up 6-0 with 4:23 to go here in period number 1. So Vollmer 6 yards with the run, and it'll be Emmett Dinger to tee it up for the extra point. Looking to extend it to 7-0. Wall strikes first. They defeated Castlewood last year 62-12 in these quarterfinals, and the kick is good. Wall goes up 7-0. We'll take a 30-second break. This is Wall Eagle football tonight on at Wall Eagles on YouTube and liveticket.tv.
Want a successful farming season? Hefty Seed Company in New Underwood loves to provide great pricing, up-to-date agronomic advice, speedy load times, and exceptional customer service. Now we carry lawn care products, Photoxin pellets and tablets, liquid fertilizer, seed, and chemical in all different sizes. Please give Hefty Seed a call at 605-754-6170 for anything you need to make your future farming season a growing success. Everyone at Hefty Seed Company wishes everyone a safe and wonderful school year and the best of luck in all your sports seasons.
Welcome back to the Crew Agency Press Box.
So Wall's defense set up that offense by shutting down Castlewood, forcing the short punt. Line drive kick goes right between the 2 return men and into the end zone. Castlewood from the 20. Their first possession. They got 1 first down and then had to punt.
First and 10 on their own 20-yard line.
Their second possession, 3 and out. And now they are set up at the 20, trailing 7-0 with 4:23 to go. First period, 9A quarterfinal action here on liveticket.tv and at Wall Eagles live on YouTube. Ball sits at the 20 between the hash marks. Munoz stands to the right of Kessler. The Wall has shut down Kessler thus far. 6 carries, his longest run, 8 yards. He'll take it right up the middle. Breaks away, gets through, and now they had him shut down. Makes a move to the outside. He is at the 40. Wall giving chase and making the tackle for the Eagles, saving the touchdown with Thielen Kerstad. But you just keep running your runner, and he busts it big. Was stopped up right up the middle. Wall had him. And then he broke to the left, stepped through a tackle, and the speed showed. Kessler down to the 27-yard line of the Eagles. That's a 53-yard run. So after Kessler catches his breath, he'll have a couple of backs, one on each side. I'll check that back to the right, slot to the left. Right side, give the ball to Munoz, a little stop and go. Thought he had a hole, closed up, tried to find something else there, but Wall doesn't give him much room to go. Got back to the line of scrimmage to the 27, so Munoz. Check that, Everson, not Munoz. Everson no carry, or no gain on the carry. Munoz split out to the right side, along with Manley. Bass back in at running back, stands to the left of Kessler. It's a big backfield, 6'3" and 6'5". Everson came in motion. Kessler gets hit. Again, powered through a tackle, got back to the line of scrimmage, and then a yard beyond that. So a pickup of 1 to the 26 for Kessler. So after that big 53-yard run by Kessler, they're looking at a 3rd and 9. Clock rolling, approaching 2.5 to go, opening period. Wall leading at 7-0. Winner moves on to the semis next week. Empty backfield, 2 receivers to the right side, slot to the right, 1 receiver to the left side. Kessler will take the snap, far hash marks. Now he runs to his right and is hit immediately. Great penetration for the Wall Eagles. That was younger Amiot coming up with another big play. And that will be a loss back to the 28-yard line, loss of 2 on the carry. 4 down territory, under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Castlewood, I don't know that they've kicked an extra point all year. They did not have any kicking stats up at all. They've gone for 2 on everything. So on a 4th and 11 behind the 6, Kessler back to throw, looks to the right side, has a man open, and through the hands. Wide open was Tyson Manley. Ran a flag pattern to the near side, and Kessler couldn't have thrown the ball any better. So on downs, Castlewood gives the ball back to the Eagles. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Eagles at the 28 with 1:34 remaining, opening period. The Eagles scored on their last possession. It was a short drive. They only had to go 29 yards after the good punt return by Kerstad. Ball just inside the far hash marks. We have still not seen Jace Moore touch the football in the contest. This is Wall's 3rd possession. And now we get it. Nope. Faked out in the press box, everybody, and down the near sideline. A big gain is Tanner Vollmer. Munoz finally caught up to him. Wall will have the ball 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line of Castlewood. Pick up a 38 on the carry for Vollmer. 2 in the backfield now. And it'll be Vollmer again after the fake to Moore, hits and spins. He's going to get to the 26-yard line. Munoz with the tackle.
6-yard gain on the play.
Mark it at the 27. Single setback is Moore. No, double backfield with Trevor Schultz at the fullback. They run out of the I formation. Volmer under center. Pitch it to Moore, right side. Races to the outside, gets outside the numbers, down the far sideline, cuts through a couple of tackles, and dives in. He's going to step out of bounds, or are they going to count it? It's going to be out of bounds across the way, it looks like.
Jace Moore on the carry for the Eagles. He has run out of
Jace Moore runs over the right side.
At the 2-yard line, the Eagles
He has big Riley Kerner over there, 6'4", 315. And the ball is at the 2. So Moore pick up of 25, and the snap mishandled again. Volmer throws it to nobody in the end zone. So it'll be 2nd and goal from the 2. So they've had a couple of mishandles on the snaps. Now the officials are going to talk about whether that should be a grounding call or not. There was nobody in the vicinity. So the officials will talk it over. Wall with a 7-0 lead, trying to put their second score on the board here with 35.1 seconds to go in the first period. I was listening to their game on YouTube, doing some research in the game against, wasn't Lemon McIntosh, against Lyman. Wall was up 42-0 at the end of the first quarter, so they're very unusual for them to be held to just one score in the first period. So the first penalty so they're going to move it back.
That's a 15-yard penalty? No.
So the ball is placed back
Well, the marker was at the 4.
at the 15-yard line now.
First down.
I didn't see the indication, but based on the march off, it must have been a hold, and that's a spot foul.
Where are we at, the 15?
Yeah, 14.
So it will be 1st and goal from the 15-yard line now. Ball sits just inside the 15. The officials still discussing. Now they're going to move the ball just outside the 10 to the 11.
Oh, he's moving again. 5-yard penalty. So 7, 6?
6.
Okay, so I still don't know what the penalty was.
5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
So I didn't see what the flag was, but it will be 1st and goal now just outside the 5. Give the ball to Moore, left side, bounces outside, and hits the end zone. Jace Moore.
Moore is in for a 6-yard.
So after all that, Moore takes it in from 6. Volmer with the 6-yard touchdown run, and now Moore on his second carry of the night scores from 6 with 30.1 seconds to go in the first quarter. And Wall up 13-0. In for the extra point, Emmett Dinger. 6'2", 190-pounder. And the block kick keeps the score at 13-0. Wall up. We're back in.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs, there's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Welcome back to the Crew Agency Press Box.
Welcome back to Wall, South Dakota, where the Eagles have put their second score of the first quarter in. They lead at 13-0. Tom Anderson with you on at Wall Eagles Live on YouTube and liveticket.tv. Happy to be out here in Wall. Last time I was out here, the Eagles were playing, I still can't remember who they were playing. A team from the Aberdeen area is doing the game for Aberdeen Radio. Much nicer facility this time. I was basically working out of the storage closet with no light. So it's nice to be inside where it's fairly warm on a night where it was 48. The ball kicked low and down to get it at the 30-yard line. Castlewood will start from there. 28.7 to go here in period number 1. Castlewood trying to get their offense on track. They had 1 first down on their first possession, punted on their second, picked up a first down after a big 53-yard run by Kessler. But they turned it over on downs on their last possession, possession number 4. This is a team that has put up some points this year. They had a couple of 60-point games. They were at 50 or more twice. But the Eagles, stingy on defense, they've pitched 4 straight shutouts, and 6 of their last 7 games have been shutouts, giving up only 6 points in that span. Gave up 6 points in their opening game, 20 points to Harding County Bison. They put up 73 in that game. Motion man from the near side to the far side was Munoz. Kessler tries the left side. Stood up. Younger Amiot. His name has come up a lot here in the first quarter. So a pickup of a yard. So they had spotted the ball at the 29, not the 30, so out to the 30 on the carry, and that's going to wrap up the first quarter. Kessler with 10 carries in the first period.
That is the end of the first quarter.
But as Wall with the 13-0 lead, we'll be back in 1 minute with period number 2 on liveticket.tv.
Phillip Health Services proudly supports youth activities in our rural communities. Phillip Clinic and Kadoka Clinic physicians and caregivers will provide you and your family with a personalized care experience. The clinic staff extend a sense of family and strive to improve the quality of life for all those who are entrusted to their care. When you or a loved one needs medical attention, choose a personal care experience at Phillip or Kadoka Clinic. Open 6 days a week for hours and more helpful information. See their weekly ad in the Pioneer Review or visit them online. Phillip Health Service, a personal care experience.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
Welcome back to the Crew Agency Press Box.
Tom Anderson back in Wall, South Dakota. The Eagles lead Castlewood 13-0. Castlewood with the football, looking at a 2nd and 9. They flip now. They have the wind at their back. Kessler runs right. Looked like he was going to run a little bit of an option with Brody Bass, but he kept it. He got a pickup out to the 32-yard line. So Wall doing a fantastic job on the inside. Kessler's carried the ball 11 times. Ran the ball 81 times on the season in 9 games. So he's averaging for the entire games that they've been playing just 9 carries. He is at 11 right now. By far the best defense they've faced so far this year. They'll spread the field. Receivers each way, slot to the right, running back to the right. That is Everson. Kessler back to throw, comes out to the near side, looked right, came back left, and looked like it might have been blocked at the line by Billmeyer. So Kessler 0 for 3 and looking at a 4th and 8. That'll bring Tyson Manley. Had to kick into the wind the first 2 times he punted. Another 3 and out for Castlewood. I'm just venturing a guess. They didn't have too many 3 and outs throughout the course of the year. They have 3 already here, just underway second period. And for Wall, they will send Kerstad back, low snap. And this will drive back inside the 30. Coming to the near side, Austin Kerstad, and he is hit hard, knocked out of bounds. On the tackle was Warnke. Warnke has made a couple of big plays on special teams for Castlewood here so far. Just underway, second period, 10:59 to go. Wall will start 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. Jace Moore has run the ball twice for 31 yards, 6 carries for Vollmer. Get a number here. A little confusion. There are 3 receivers out to the far side, only 2 people covering him right now. Vollmer will throw it out that way, connect with Hancock. Hancock over the 40 and wrestled out of bounds in front of his bench on the far side. So at one point, Castlewood had just 1 man on the line, and then they finally brought a couple up, but they were mismatched on the outside. They end up making a good play, though. They hold Hancock to just a 4-yard play when he had the advantage in numbers. Ball just over the 40, called the 41. Single receiver to the near side. They go back to the I formation, pitch it. Here comes Moore. Cuts it up at the hash mark, steps through 1, and can't get away from the second tackle. The tackle made by Munoz.
Eagles will have it 1st and 10.
But into Castlewood territory. That'll be a first down for Wall.
At the Warrior 47-yard line.
The Castlewood 47, pickup of 12 for Moore on his 3rd carry of the night. So they've run out of the I formation a couple of times. It's going to be a sideline warning, I believe. 10:30 to go, second period. Quarterfinals happening for the 9-man schools and 11B. And for the 11 AAA, AA, and A, they are starting their first round tonight. We'll catch up with some of those scores at the half. You can also catch scores if you're watching as they crawl along the bottom. Stay with the I formation. Kerstad slotted to the left, give it to Moore. Starts left, pushes off 1 tackler, spins away from another, then gets stacked up as he gets to about the 42 or 43-yard line.
Brought down by Shea.
Call it the 43, a pickup of 4 on the carry for Moore. So now the Warriors trying to get their defense dug in here a little bit. It'll be 2nd and 6 for the Eagles. Moore on the season average, nearly 19 yards a carry. I formation again, single receiver to the right side, play action, roll left, toss it out that way. That is to the tight end, Younger Amiot. And he is wrestled down inside the 25-yard line. I think they'll mark him at the 23. The pickup of 20 on the reception.
At the Warrior 23-yard line.
Second completion in a row now. Vollmer 2 out of 4. He'll bring 2 receivers to the near side. That's a wide side of the field as they sit on the left hash mark, moving left to right here in the first half. Little early movement on the right side. And bouncing through was Moore. Did not draw a flag. Looked like the right tackle moved just a little early. 8-yard pickup.
8-yard gain on the play, 2nd down and 2.
So Moore gets it to the 15-yard line. Just under 9.5 to go here in the first half. You have to twist around the pillar here. They'll go I formation again. Now they'll split it out. They had double tight ends. Now they spread it. Moore stands to the right. Vollmer will follow him. Busts through, spins around, then gets stood up just short of the 5, I believe.
Vollmer on the keeper, brought down by number 6. 6, Everson. Eagles will have it first and goal.
So it'll be first and goal. 10-yard pickup for Vollmer. .85 yards. I have Vollmer unofficially on 7 carries. Two receivers each way. 3-man linebacker throw. Vollmer looks right, drills it through the hands intended for Trevor Schultz, the tight end, on a quick look. Schultz was open. Pass looked like it was there. A little too much mustard on it, goes incomplete. Second and goal. Vollmer now 2 of 5 for the 24 yards. Clock stopped with 8:48 remaining first half. Wall up 13-0, trying to extend that lead. So they're going to send Hancock out to the left side. Slot right, I formation. Give it to Moore, right side. Picks his way through and is into the end zone. Moore from 5 yards out gets his second score of the night. Jace Moore, 6 carries, a couple of touchdowns. Last week in the win against Lemon McIntosh, Moore ran the ball just 4 times, had 117 yards and 2 touchdowns. A little tougher going tonight, but he's gotten a lot of help from Tanner Vollmer. The last extra point attempt was blocked. The hold by Hancock, and now they're going to go for 2. Hancock tosses it out to Younger Amiot. So the 2-point conversion makes it 21-0. They make up for the block kick with 8:43 to go in the second period. We're back in 30 on LiveTicket.tv and Wall Eagles Live at YouTube.
Colt's Nuts and Bolts in Phillip really has it all. You'll find steel products, GE kitchen appliances, kitchen decor, houseware, clothing, bugs and muck boots, and Milwaukee tools too. And you can get just the right color palette with Valspar paint. Take a look at the Ashley furniture they have and test out the Amazing Rest mattresses. They also offer appliance repair and delivery. See all that they have to offer at Colt's Nuts and Bolts in Phillip.
Welcome back to the Crew Agency Press Box.
Wall in control so far here in the first half. They lead Castlewood 21-0. Wall came in as the number 1 seed. Castlewood number 8. Wall advanced after beating Lemon McIntosh last week 55-0. Well, it was a 46-12 win for Castlewood over Dupree. There's a low knuckleball taken at the 30. Great hands. That is Everson, and he gets popped for Wall, number 27, Chance Wagner, with the good hit. Castlewood with good starting field position at the 40 on that low line drive, kicking into that wind. You can't really see the flag. Yeah, it's still flapping around out there. Weather report said it was 17 miles an hour. That looks like it's a lot stronger wind out there than 17. But at the back now of Kessler and company. Kessler 0 for 3 through the air so far. He's got a couple of big targets out there. They just don't throw the football a lot. Warnke led the way with just 12 receptions on the year. Receiver spread to the right side. That is Munoz coming in motion to the near side. Back to throw. Turns, throws it into that wind, and nothing doing. Warnke turned to the outside. The ball was thrown between the hash marks. With the wind behind him, Kessler not able to take advantage. Incomplete, 2nd and 10. So they try and catch Wall napping. Kessler, a little unusual. He drops back as if he's a left-handed thrower, and then he has to turn back around with his body to get set up. Not a classic drop back motion. He'll split 2 receivers out, 1 each way. No, 2 to the far side, 1 to the near side. Ball sits between the hash marks at the Castlewood 40 on a 2nd and 10. Looks like they might be switching up the play here. Bass to the right side, I believe, of Kessler. No, that is Everson. Kessler stepped back, trying to run, still on his feet. The ball was loose, and Kessler had to go down to get it.
Kessler run down to the backfield by number 50, Brand Hilgenkamp.
And on the tackle was Amiot, I believe. So all the way back to the 32-yard line on the first sack of the game. That'll be a loss of 8. So Kessler, as he tried to turn back, lost control of the football with Amiot hanging on him. Had to go down to the ground, and it is 3rd and long. They played behind the sticks quite a bit here in the first half, have the Warriors. Ball on the far side. They'll send 2 receivers that way. Now they bring Munoz in motion to the near side. Kessler brings the ball down, gets hit, spun around, still on his feet, trying to find some room. Still on the run. Looks downfield, throws it with that wind, and the ball in and out of the hands of the defender. That was Dawson Hancock. He tried to dance along the sideline in coverage of Munoz, and Kessler has yet to complete a pass. So good pressure by the Wall front line. They about had him a couple of times, but Kessler got a big load to bring down at 6'3", 200 pounds. We saw his speed on that 53-yard run and his strength and ability to step through the tackles. Tyson Manley, 6'2", 190. They should have quite a basketball team. They've got some size out there. Manley with the wind at his back will take the snap. On the far side, hash marks, it is 20. Good snap. Kicks it high. Kerstad will handle it, then lose it. The ball on the ground, picks it up finally at the 28-yard line. Slips on the field as he tries to make his cut between the hash marks, and he'll be out at the 32 or 33-yard line. Wall with a 21-0 lead, has 7:18 to go in the first half to operate. They'll be 1st and 10 between the hash marks at their 33-yard line. So after a slow start, Jace Moore, a couple of touchdowns on 6 carries. Volmer with the other touchdown on the ground. He has 7 carries. Volmer 2 out of 5 through the air. We'll go double tight end, single setback, split receivers each way. Volmer will take it himself, right side, bounces, comes back, gets bounced again. And he'll make it out to the 35-yard line, give him a pickup of 2 on the carry.
Second and 8.
Is it 55? There's not a 633. Oh, it's 85, sorry. 85.
So the Eagles looking at a 2nd and 8 now. Ball on the near hash marks, moving left to right. Again, into that stiff wind. They'll send Hancock out to the far side. Motion man Austin Kerstad to the far side. Give it to Moore. He'll go left. Gets hit in the backfield. Runs through an arm tackle. Busted through Everson's tackle. And over the 45 to the 46-yard line. Oh, they'll wave him down at the 45. Be a pickup of 10 for Moore. Move the sticks again for the Wall Eagles. Unofficially, I have them at 6 first downs now. And it's always very unofficial as I tend to lose track of the first downs. Clock running, just under 6.5 to go, second period. Ball will sit on the far hash marks. Hancock to the far side of the field. Thielen Kerstad in motion to the far side of the field now. Back to throw, looks left. And the ball looked like it might have been batted away by Brody Bass. Got his long arms out there, and Bass comes up hobbling a little bit. The pass goes incomplete. Volmer started with 2 incompletions, has thrown his last 2 with X's in the book. Had his 2 completions in between, 2 of 6. Clock stopped at 6:04. They'll bring 3 out to the near side. And Castlewood, again, doesn't have enough defenders out there. They have 2 covering 3. Fake to Moore. Volmer will keep it himself. And he'll get close to midfield, mark him down at the 49-yard line.
4-yard gain on the play.
Be a pickup of 4. Warnke in on the tackle. Volmer with 9 carries here in the first half. Carried the ball just 32 times all year. Split 2 each way. Volmer takes a snap, looks left, and we have flags. It's been a pretty penalty-free game. We had one penalty, and the Eagles will get marched 5. Finally found out what that penalty was on the...
Be 3rd down and 10.
Not the previous, but the first Moore touchdown. It was an ineligible man downfield. This is only the second penalty of the game. Both against the Eagles. Let's move the ball back. It will be at the 45-yard line. Back to throw. Volmer looks to his left, drills it across the way, finds Hancock. And Hancock will get inside the 40-yard line of Castlewood. That'll be a Wall first down.
Is good for an Eagle first down.
And they will mark him down at the 39-yard line. Pickup of 16 on the pitch and catch. Volmer's 3rd completion. Ball stays on the far hash mark. Fake the ball to Moore. Come out to the near side on the pass completion to Schultz. And Schultz tripped up by Cooper Thu. It will be another first down for Wall. So again, back-to-back completions. So the ball to the 25. Just inside the near hash mark, single setback. Receivers each way, double tight end. Option play left side. And getting inside the 20-yard line.
Brought down by Kessler and Warnke.
That was Volmer.
5-yard gain on the play. 2nd down and 5.
Spot him just inside the 20. Pickup of 5 for Volmer on the carry. 4:08 to go here in period number 2. And there's an injury timeout. Coming off the field is Owen Shea, one of their linebackers. They will send Braden Rusink in, the defensive lineman. And Shea being helped to the bench. 3 receivers to the near side. Again, nobody in coverage and the man wide open. And we have a dead ball foul here. Trying to get it figured out here. Well, they blew the play dead. I don't see a flag anywhere. So Wall finally took advantage of the fact that 3 receivers set there, only sending 2 defenders over there. And they had Thielen Kerstad wide open, splitting the 2 defenders. So Castlewood will take a timeout, and I think they have to be looking at that offensive setup and trying to figure out how to get a 3rd defender over there. With 3:50 to go in the first half, Wall leads at 21-0. We're back in 1 minute.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Wall Badlands Area Chamber of Commerce encourages you to support the local businesses and shop small, shop Wall. Shopping locally stimulates the local economy and gives back to the businesses who support our community, local events, and many youth activities. Check out wall-badlands.com for a full list of Wall Badlands area businesses as well as local events and more. Remember, shop small, shop Wall.
Welcome back to the Crew Agency Press Box.
Side, still just two defenders over there. They'll run it left side. Volmer into the end zone. Touchdown. Wasn't sure if they're going to call him out along the far side. It was a late touchdown indication by the officials as they checked with each other from 20 yards out. Volmer with his second touchdown run of the night. So he has two. Moore has two. They didn't have to worry about throwing the ball as Volmer uses his legs again. 3:44 remaining in the first half, and Wall starting to put it away. Dinger on for his fourth attempt. Last time, bad snap. They ended up with a 2-point conversion. His third kick was blocked. Snap was a little low here, and that's going to be off to the left.
The extra point by Emmett Dinger is no good. Your score.
So kick no good. We are back in 30 seconds with the kickoff from Wall, South Dakota on LifeTicket.tv. 27-0. Eagles up.
It's a particular kind of joy when people come together. There's really nothing like it. And isn't it amazing in that magic moment how all the distance between us, all the obstacles, just disappear? Wherever, whenever, however. Connecting you to what matters most.
Welcome back to the Crew Agency Press Box.
Tom Anderson back with you in Wall, South Dakota, where the Wall Eagles have taken a 27-0 lead, 9A quarterfinals over Castlewood. They defeated Castlewood last year in the quarters, 62-12. They're looking to keep their season undefeated. They came in 9-0 on the year. They have shut out their last 4 opponents. 6 of their last 7 games have resulted in shutouts as well. The kick into the wind is going to be taken inside the 20 on the near side. And that is a collision. On the tackle was Deacon Hare.
Return for the Warriors. Deacon Hare on the tackle for the Eagles.
And it will be 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. So at the 31, Castlewood will try and get their offense on track. They've had a punt. They turned it over on downs. They punted. And they punted on their last possession as well. Ball on the near hash marks. Receiver to the far side and one to the near side. That is Weston Morehouse to the near side, number 1. Empty backfield. Now the man in motion from the far side. And you got a flag. They're going to give it to Munoz on a short side of the field jet sweep. Reverse of what you usually see on the jet, where you give it from the short side to the far side, give them some room to work. So Wall will pick up their 3rd penalty of the night. All 3 of the 5-yard variety. Move it out to the 36, and that'll be a 1st and 5 now. Slot left, receivers 1 each way. Munoz comes in motion again. They'll run the same play, jet sweep to the near side. There's no room for him to run once he gets the football. And waiting there for him was Volmer, or Amiot again.
Short loss on the play, 2nd and 6.
So just on the other side of the 35-yard line, be a loss of 1 by Munoz. So 2nd and 6 now after the 5-yard penalty, put him in a 1st and 5. Ball stays on the near hash marks. He'll split 2 to the far side. That's the wide side. Back to throw. Quick look inside and getting a hand on the football for Wall was Owen Geigel.
Third down and 6.
It's a night out there that isn't extremely cold, but it's the first really cold night we've had for football so far this year. And we've seen a few balls clink off the hands of defenders and the offensive receivers. Kessler now 0 for 6. And he was happy for the cold night as Geigel got his hand on the football. Out to the right side goes Manley, along with Warnke, I believe. Everson the setback. Kessler back to throw, comes to the near side, down the sideline, and that is Warnke. Actually was on the near side. Warnke with good hands right over the defender. Warnke sitting at 6'6". Sundahl, 6-footer. But the completion will move the ball into Wall territory to the 28-yard line. Pickup of 37 on the completion to Warnke. And now we're going to have a timeout taken by Wall with 2:53 to go in the first half, and Wall leading at 27-0. We're back in 1 minute on.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance.
Contact Donna Enders, your local Farmers Union Insurance agent, today.
Building Back Center. To the Crew Agency Press Box.
Castlewood in Wall territory and nowhere to run. That is Amiot again. He is having an outstanding night defensively. He is just glued to Kessler. Kessler will lose a couple back to the 30-yard line. I don't know if they'll record that officially as a sack or not, but he did go back looking to throw. Got tackled behind the line. They're behind the sticks again. 2nd and 12. The ball just inside the near hash marks as they move right to left. The wind behind them. Single setback, I believe that is Everson to his left. No, Everson in motion. And Kessler throws it out. That's going to be intercepted. And Kessler got pounded. What a huge rush by that front line of Wall. They pushed the offensive line right back into Kessler. Kessler went up in the air to throw it because he got knocked off his feet. Came down hard, but he's up. And he's walking around. We'll see if they'll let him sit series here on defense. So Kessler, after completing his first pass, turns it over with the interception. The ball will be, I'm not sure what they're doing here. Football is placed right now at the 18-yard line. And that should be Wall's football after the interception. Just under 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Trying to see if they... Yeah, Kessler's on the sideline. They're going to give him a defensive series off. Wall will have 3 receivers out to the near side. Again, just 2 defenders, and they come that way. and not really able to make it work. Got the ball out to Austin Kerstad.
Out of bounds by number 12, Manley.
Manley pushed him out of bounds. Well, it ends up being a pickup of 8. It's 3 completions in a row now for Vollmer. Moore stands to his right. It's been a while since Moore's run the football. Back to throw. Right through the hands of Austin Kerstad.
Pass intended for Austin Kerstad is incomplete. Be 3rd down and 2.
I don't know if Kerstad even saw that. It just kind of went right by him. He never really got his hands out there, so that stops a 3 straight completion run by Kerstad. Ball goes incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 2 now for the Eagles. Ball just short of the 31-yard line. I'm sorry, the 26-yard line. You have to get to about the 28. Moore stands to the left of Vollmer. Vollmer will run behind Moore, left side. Big hole, cuts back. Still on his feet and dives forward. He had a 6 in mind, but he couldn't keep his balance as he crossed the 40. That'll be a pickup out to the 42-yard line. That is a pickup of 16 for Vollmer. Ball on the near hash. Split 2 each way. Vollmer back to throw. Goes deep. Left side. Hung up in the air into that wind. And the pass goes incomplete. On the coverage was Munoz, and that may be an offensive pass interference as Munoz had a beat on the interception. Didn't see who the Wall receiver was.
Pass interference is the call against the Eagles.
So that'll be the 4th penalty now against Wall. First 3 were 5-yard varieties. This one will march him back a little further. They finally tracked down the football, which had gone towards the end zone. But now they'll march it back. And that will be mark off 15. So Wall for the first time in a long to go situation. Vollmer will follow Moore to the left side. Cut off there. Comes back to the near side. Picks up a block. Looking for another block. Can't get it. And he will make something out of nothing, though. He was shut down by Kessler on the far side. Stepped away. Brought it back to the near side. And he will
5-yard gain on the play.
make it back out to the 33-yard line. Remains 2nd and long. 3 receivers to the far side. Again, just 2 defenders there. Vollmer rolls that way. Comes back the other way. And that's going to bring a flag from the big right tackle, and the pass goes incomplete. As the groans come up from the press box here. So from the 26-yard line, let's see where they actually march it off from. Well, the pass goes incomplete. Now it's up to Castlewood. They might want to decline this penalty because it'll be 3rd and long. Moore averages 19 yards a carry. You may not want to give him another down. And it will be declined. So decline the penalty. Mark the X in the book. On Vollmer's 11th attempt, he's now 5 of 11. So they go double tight end, 2 receivers to the wide side of the field. That's to the left of Vollmer. He has Moore to his right. 3rd and 20. He'll come to Moore on the near side, quickly closing the white jerseys of Castlewood. And Kessler makes the tackle.
Vollmer's pass is complete to number 2, Jace Moore.
Moore, a short gain out to the 40. Pickup of 7 on his first catch of the night.
Fourth down and 12.
He wanted to go to the right side. I'd come back to Moore. Castlewood providing good coverage down the field. And it'll be Dinger out to punt. He'll take the snap at about his 28 on the near hash marks. Kicking into the wind. He's going to chase Everson back a little bit. Everson mishandles it, still mishandles it. Wall falls on it. It'll be Eagle football at the 31-yard line. What a break for Wall. The second turnover of the night for Castlewood.
First and 10 on the Warrior 31-yard line.
He'll give the ball right back to the Eagles. Ball at the 31 of Castlewood. 5:43 to go. No, 54.3 seconds to go. Threw me for a second. I just looked up and it was a minute 59. Long pass into the end zone is knocked away.
Bulmer's pass intended for Hancock.
Good coverage by Munoz.
Munoz on the coverage for the Warriors. Second and 10.
It'll be second and 10. Clock stops with 49.6 to go. Ball sits between the hash marks at the half. We'll try and catch you up on some of the scores from around the state as the quarterfinals are running in 9-man and 11B. Playoffs starting for the other 3 classes, 11 AAA, AA, and A. 2 receivers each way. Volmer will take it right up the middle, cuts outside, and is taken down between the hash marks and the numbers on the far side. And they will spot him down at
8-yard gain on the play, third down and 2.
the 22-yard line.
On the tackle for the Warriors. Timeout.
A pickup of 9. A Wall will take a timeout. We'll take a 30-second timeout as well.
A full-service lumber yard, building materials, and hardware store ready to aid in all of your project needs. They offer steel buildings and custom sheds and encourage you to stop in for a quote or to learn more about their blow-in insulation trailer rentals, screen repairs, custom glass cutting, DeWalt and Stanley tools, PPG paints, stock tanks, electric fencing material, and plumbing supplies. They wish all area schools a successful and healthy sports season.
Welcome back to the Crew Agency Press Box.
All right, I don't have to set that up again.
We don't have anything here?
You're good.
We're not going to Rapid City. No.
And we are back. 37.9 to go in the first half. Wall up 27-0. And they're knocking on the door again after the muffed punt by Castlewood gave the Eagles a football at the Castlewood 31 after an incomplete pass, a 9-yard run. It is 3rd and 1. Pitch right side. Moore behind a wall of blue. He'll have the first down, still on his feet. They're trying to strip the ball away. That is Warnke with the tackle, trying to come up with the strip as well. And Moore out of bounds, 30.3 to go, and the ball marked down at the 14-yard line. Pickup of 8 by Moore on student body right. Moore to the right side of the quarterback. Receivers to the right or left side, one to the right. Volmer looked to his left. Kessler had him. No, it was Warnke that had him. Now throw the ball out to Moore. Moore dances the sideline, stays on his feet, into the end zone. Moore, touchdown, or is he out? He is in.
14-yard Eagle touchdown.
The official on the near sideline looked like he was starting to point like he had gone out of bounds. What a dance job along the sideline for Jace Moore. And he's into the end zone for the 3rd time tonight. Volmer got in trouble, found Moore for the 2nd time on this drive as a safety valve, and Moore from 14 yards out. And a 2-point conversion is good. Volmer with the run.
15 seconds remaining, second quarter. Eagles 35.
And that puts Wall up 35-0 over Castlewood with 19.4 seconds to go in the first half. We're back in 30 on liveticket.tv.
Welcome back to the Crew Agency Press Box.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the Crew Agency Press Box.
Dinger's kickoff skips along the ground. It was taken by Shortsman. Took a knee at the 34-yard line. So a huge turn of events after Wall was stopped. They had to punt. The fumble on the punt gave Wall the football at the 31-yard line. And more from Vollmer from 14 yards out puts Wall up 35-0. I had to look this up. The mercy rule is in effect in all the playoff games except for the state title game. So the mercy rule, 50-point lead at the half or anytime in the second half. And with a 35-point lead in the second half, there's a running clock. 17.3 to go. So unless Castlewood puts some points up, I believe we will have a running clock in the second half. Sioux Falls Lincoln over Rapid City Central in their playoff game today, 60-21. The Cobblers actually led that game 21-20 just before the half. 99-yard drive by Sioux Falls Lincoln with 3 seconds to go in the first half, put them on top, and they were off and running in the second half. Coleman Egan, a final over Heritage Selby by 10. Elkton Lake Benton 44-15 over Hanson. That is the final. Kessler back to throw. In trouble, on the run, cuts back to the near side, ankle tackle didn't work. Kessler basically tried to throw Jace Moore right off him. Moore hung with it. Kessler advances the ball to midfield. That is the first down Castlewood has had in a while. 16-yard run by Kessler. And the So Kessler is going to get called for unsportsmanlike, I'm imagining, for spiking the ball as the clock ran out before they got the playoff. And that will be enforced on the kickoff to start the second half. 35-0 is our halftime score here in Wall. The Wall Eagles over Castlewood Warriors. 9A quarterfinal playoff action here tonight on at Wall Eagles Live on YouTube and liveticket.tv. We'll take a break, and just before the second half starts, we'll come back, try and catch you up on some of the scores, review the first half stats, all of that at the half here on liveticket.tv.
Dreaming of a perfectly manicured property? Or maybe just making those weekend chores a whole lot easier? Grossenberg Implement has the answer. Right now you can get special low-rate financing on powerful and versatile John Deere compact utility tractors. Large or small, we've got them all. And they do it all too. From mowing to tilling to landscaping and hauling. Visit your local or go to grossenberg.com for low-rate financing on compact tractors.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. how to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Crew Agency has been proudly serving and protecting the local farmer and rancher since 1984. They offer all your crop insurance needs, including multi-peril crop insurance, pasture, rangeland and forage, livestock risk protection, and crop hail. Crew Agency is a proud supporter of our local schools, athletics, and communities, and would like to wish all the student athletes good luck in their events this week. Give them a call at 605-433-5411. Crew Agency is an equal opportunity provider.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
In today's economy, every dollar counts. To be certain you have the right insurance coverage at the right price, Bank West agents work with multiple companies to compare options on your behalf. Your Bank West agent can help you avoid paying too much, while assuring you have adequate coverage for those times when you need it most. Contact your local Bank West agent for a free policy review. Insurance products are not deposits, are not FDIC insured, and may lose value.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
Diamond Roofing is your trusted roofing contractor in Rapid City and the surrounding Black Hills area. With over 40 years of experience, they specialize in residential and commercial roofing, as well as siding, windows, and gutter installation. They also collaborate with general contractors to install roofs on new home construction. Diamond Roofing offers customized solutions that fit both your needs and your budget. Call 605-720-7663 for a quote or visit diamondroofingcorp.com today.
Phillip Motors, always willing to serve you with a winning combination of small-town friendly sales and service. And the latest vehicle and trucks from Ford, Lincoln, Dodge, and Chrysler. Your friends and neighbors across the West River Territory have come to depend on Phillip Motors, family-owned for over 40 years, offering a relaxing, down-to-earth, comfortable car shopping experience. Search online at phillipmotors.com or stop by and see their new and used inventory. Phillip Motors proudly supports Philip Scotty's activities.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Have you heard the bad news? All have sinned and fall short of the glory of God, and the wages of sin is death. But have you heard the good news? God demonstrates his own love toward us in this, that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. Want to know more about life and hope? Call or text 605-858-3107.
Out here, we have a deeper connection to the land, a stronger connection to our neighbors, standing on our own 2 feet while also working together. The power to do more connects us all. At member-owned West River Electric Association, it's all of us working together to make today and tomorrow better. This is Co-op Country.
At Dakota Discount RV, our mission is to make your RV experience fun and easy by providing quality recreational vehicles, competitive pricing, and professional sales and service. We're proud to offer the finest names in RVs. Our big inventory of fifth wheels, travel trailers, and toy haulers allow us to save customers thousands of dollars compared to most dealers. Come see us at either of our 2 locations, 3330 East Mall Drive, Rapid City, or 11200 JB Road, exit 48, Somerset.
Welcome to Bowie Foods at Al's Oasis Plaza. My great-grandfather, Gus Bowie, opened the first store in 1905. I'm R.F. Bowie, the president of Bowie Foods. We aren't your typical store. You'll find everything you need for your family. You'll save money, and I promise you're going to enjoy your grocery shopping experience. We carry a lot of locally produced products and some things you just aren't going to find anywhere else. South Dakota-owned, family-owned, Bowie Foods.
Want a successful farming season? Hefty Seed Company in New Underwood loves to provide great pricing, up-to-date agronomic advice, speedy load times, and exceptional customer service. Now we carry lawn care products, Photoxin pellets and tablets, liquid fertilizer, seed, and chemical in all different sizes. Please give Hefty Seed a call at 605-754-6170 for anything you need to make your future farming season a growing success. Everyone at Hefty Seed Company wishes everyone a safe and wonderful school year and the best of luck in all your sports seasons.
Welcome back to the Crew Agency Press Box.
There you go.
Tom Anderson back with you at the half in Wall. Wall Eagles leading by a score of 35-0 over Castlewood. 284 total yards for the Eagles in the first half to just 105 for Castlewood, and of those 105, they picked up 53 on a running play by Kessler and a 37-yard pass. So throw those 2 plays out that totaled 90 yards, and they only picked up 15 yards in the rest of the first half. Great defensive effort by the Eagles, especially younger Amiot. He is in on seemingly every tackle. 284 yards for the Eagles, 127 of those on the ground by Tanner Vollmer, including a 23-yard, a 38-yard run, and he had a 6-yard touchdown run. Jace Moore, 8 carries for 74 yards. He has scored twice on the ground, once from 6 yards out, once from 5. And then Vollmer and Moore hooked up on a touchdown pass from 14 yards out for the scoring here for the Eagles in the first half. For Castlewood, 77 yards on the ground for Kessler. Again, 53 of those came on one run and 16 yards right at the end of the half on the second run. Brody Bass, 1 carry for -3. Trevor Everson, 2 carries for -5. Munoz, 1 carry for -1. Kessler has been sacked twice unofficially. He had a couple of other runs for losses. Kessler through the air, just 1 of 8, and threw the interception. 37 total yards through the air, 18 carries as a team for 68 yards. 201 yards on the ground for Wall on 21 carries, 83 yards through the air. Moore, 2 catches for 21. Hancock, 2 catches for 14. 1 catch by Austin Kerstad for 8. Amiot had a catch for 20, and he also had a 2-point conversion reception. And Schultz, 1 catch for 14 yards. Winner of this game goes on to play Phillip and Ipswich winner. Right now, Phillip is up in that game with 3 minutes to go in the third, 14-6. Other scores in Class 9A, Howard up on Warner right now, 28-7. Howard, the number 7 seed. Warner undefeated at 9-0. And Howard is doing the job. They are the defending state champions. Platte Geddes up by 6 over Alchester Hudson at the end of the first half, 14-8. Winner of that game plays the winner of the Warner-Howard game. In 9B, Del Rapids St. Mary big over Corsica Stickney, 56-6. Coleman Egan by 10 over Harriet Selby. That is a final at 24-14. Avon leads Sioux Falls Lutheran by 8 with 10 minutes to go in the third, so they're just underway in the second half, 30-22. And Faulkton area by 20 just before the half over Sully Buttes, 26-6. In 9AA, Elkton Lake Benton big over Hanson, 44-15. That is a final. Parkston shutting out Bonhomme, 30-0 with 5 minutes to go in the third. With 7 minutes remaining in the third, Freeman Marion Freeman Academy, the number 1 seed, shutting out Kimball White Lake by a score of 44-0. Hamlin, the end of the first half, by 9. Hamlin, the number 4 seed. Hill City, the number 5 seed, 16-7 is the halftime score there. In 11B, a final, St. Thomas More keeps their season going undefeated. 31-8 win over Mount Vernon Plankinton tonight in Rapid City. Dual is up by a couple of touchdowns over Wagner. They're the number 5 seed. Wagner, number 4. It's 20-6, 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. Number 1, Elk Point Jefferson with 11 minutes to go in the third, just underway in the second half. In other words, 35-14 over Sioux Valley. And Clark Willow Lake and Winter, they're in a tight one. Winter, the number 11 seed, Clark Willow Lake, leading by a deuce, 14-12, 4 minutes to go in the third period in that one. In Class 11A, it's Lennox over Tri-Valley, 42-14 with 5 to go in the third. West Central leading Madison by a touchdown, 14-7 with 8 minutes to go in the third period. Del Rapids up by 7 over Millbank, 14-7. They are 9 minutes to go in the third. And Sioux Falls Christian shut out Rapid City Christian tonight, 54-0. 11AA. Pierre, with 4 minutes to go in the fourth period, leads T-Area 35-7. Yankton up by, wins by 5 over Spearfish. Figured that would be a tough game. Spearfish been playing some good football this year, but Yankton comes away with the 12-7 win. Yankton was the number 1 seed there. Huron, the number 2 seed, shutting out Brookings with 9 minutes to go in the fourth, 7-0. And Sturgis and Watertown with 6 minutes to go in the third. They are all knotted up. Sturgis, the number 4 seed, Watertown, the number 5. That figured to be one of the better ones, that being played at Widow Field in Sturgis tonight. And the big schools, 11 AAA, Sioux Falls Lincoln. After trailing Rapid City Central 21-20, they go on a 99-yard drive. They score with 3 seconds to go in the first half to go up 26-21. They had a couple of extra points blocked by the Cobblers. Lincoln scored 3 quick touchdowns in the third quarter. They win this one going away 60-21. Harrisburg, the number 5 seed, upends O'Gorman, the number 4 seed, 17-3. Brandon Valley, big over Sioux Falls Roosevelt, as expected. Brandon Valley moves to 9-1 on the year with a 41-14 win there. And Sioux Falls Jefferson, the number 3 seed, handling Sioux Falls Washington, and the number 6 seed handily there, 35-6. We'll take a break, and we'll come back with the second half kickoff as we continue coverage of Wall and Castlewood tonight on LiveTicket.tv.
Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Phillip Health Services proudly supports youth activities in our rural communities. Phillip Clinic and Kadoka Clinic physicians and caregivers will provide you and your family with a personalized care experience. The clinic staff extend a sense of family and strive to improve the quality of life for all those who are entrusted to their care. When you or a loved one needs medical attention, choose a personal care experience at Phillip or Kadoka Clinic. Open 6 days a week. For hours and more helpful information, see their weekly ad in the Pioneer Review or visit them online. Phillip Health Service, a personal care experience.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
Colt's Nuts and Bolts in Phillip really has it all. You'll find steel products, GE kitchen appliances, kitchen decor, houseware, clothing, bugs and muck boots, and Milwaukee tools too. And you can get just the right color palette with Valspar paint. Take a look at the Ashley furniture they have and test out the amazing Rest mattresses. They also offer appliance repair and delivery. See all that they have to offer at Colt's Nuts and Bolts in Phillip.
Welcome back to the Crew Agency Press Box.
Okay, so we are ready to go third period. And the unsportsmanlike against Castlewood called at the end of the first half on Kessler for slamming the ball down to the turf cost them 15 yards on the kickoff. That is their first flag of the night. But now kicking into that wind, which I think is still, see the flag now, it's still blowing out hard. So they're going to have to kick off from the 25-yard line into that wind. It's going to put Wall in a great position. It will be a running clock here in the second half. They're going to onside kick it, and it touched a Castlewood player before it went to 10 yards. So you got.
By Ryan Billmeyer, Eagles will start 1st and 10.
So the ball was actually looked like it touched one of the Castlewood players at the 33. The flag or the beanbag was sitting down there at the 33. Wall should have it there, and they will mark it at the 33-yard line. So good idea, but the Castlewood player not able to avoid the bouncing football. And it will be Wall with the running clock here in the second half, leading at 35-0. So out of the I formation, Volmer will pitch it to Moore, right side, behind the fullback, has some room, and a flag is thrown. Moore scores, but that's probably coming back.
Moore is in for the Eagle touchdown. There is a flag on the play.
So again, they go student body right, Moore running behind the lead block of the fullback out of the I formation. That was Trevor Schultz standing in there. And the Eagles will march back on the holding penalty. So move the ball back to the 43-yard line on the hold. And for the second time tonight, Wall is playing far behind the sticks. Ball will be placed at the 43-yard line of Castlewood on the far side of the field. So the clock will stop only for timeouts and after scores. Change of possession will continue to run, from what I remember, unless there is something that is extraordinary as far as getting the play set up. So 35-0, and Wall will take a timeout. Now they're going to break huddle and come up to the line of scrimmage.
Wait, what are we doing here?
So is there a timeout, or are we playing? The officials are looking at each other as well, trying to figure it out. So Wall takes the timeout. They come up to the line of scrimmage, just trying to avoid the delay of game, apparently. Out of the I formation, give it to the deep back. That is not Moore. That is Colby Salopek, 5'11", 165 pounds sophomore.
14. 32. Brought down by number 14.
Move the ball to the 32.
11-yard gain on the play.
11 yards for Salopek on his first carry. So the scorebook will start to get a little sloppy here. I formation. New quarterback Kason Berry fumbles the snap, comes up with it, flips it out to Sundahl, cuts back in between the hash marks, still on his feet as he backs inside the 25. They'll mark him actually at the 25.
8-yard gain, 3rd and 2.
So it'll be a pickup. To the 25, and it will be 3rd and 2. Ball on the near hash marks. They go I formation. Left side, Sundahl cuts back across, has opportunity to score the touchdown. Sundahl, nice cutback at the hash marks and had a huge lane across the field. Nobody even close to him. He trots into the end zone. Sundahl scores from 25 yards out. And no flag to bring that one back. Sundahl with a 25-yard touchdown run, and they will go for 2. Second part of the mercy rule is a 50-point lead. The game is done. And Sundahl stayed on his feet for a moment, but he's going to end up short. Run fails.
Conversion is no good. Your score with 9:28 remaining third quarter. Eagles 41.
41-0. Wall leads with 9:28 to go in the third quarter. We're back in 30 seconds on liveticket.tv and at Wall Eagles Live.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Welcome back to the Crew Agency Press Box.
Tom Anderson back with you in Wall, where the Eagles are up 41-0 now as they score on their opening drive. Carter Sundahl from 25 yards out as we start to see the second unit come in for the Eagles with the big lead. They will play the winner of Phillip and Ipswich, and Phillip was in control of that game. Phillip and Wall met in the opener, 54-6 win for the Eagles. So Wall will have a little revenge on their mind when they meet next week. Dinger will kick with the wind at his back. It looks like we have a couple new return men in for Castlewood. The kick will be handled by number 24. That is Hagenson. Hit him on the chest plate. And return it out over the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Sundahl on the carry for the Eagles. Warriors will start first and 10 on their own.
So the clock running, 9:13 to go, third quarter. And we'll see, I'm guessing Castlewood will send their second unit out there as well.
Following the game, only team personnel are allowed on the field immediately following.
Try and set their new quarterback here.
Spectators will be allowed on the field only after team handshakes have taken place.
Looking on their roster, Logan McMillan, number 7, is listed as a quarterback, and that might be him.
7 as a quarterback, 1 and 20.
So running backs to either side, they run the old cross buck, and they go nowhere.
Baker on the carry for the Warriors.
Cairo Baker on the run for
second down and 12.
the Warriors. Will be a loss of 2. Be a second and 12. Man in motion on the jet sweep. Sawyer Craig on the run for Castlewood, and he's going to be dropped.
Number 32, Owen Geigel, loss on the play, third down and 14.
Back to the 17-yard line. Third and long now for Castlewood. They'll go 2 running backs, single receiver to the right side. He'll come in motion, stop, reverse. Under pressure, the ball, that's going to be intercepted. Yes, the interception for the Eagles. Cason Berry still on his feet. He's looking for the end zone. Hit, and he's going to end up just shy, and that's going to set up Wall for another touchdown.
Berry on the interception for the Eagles.
With 7:07 to go, the third touchdown, or third turnover rather, for Castlewood. There's a flag somewhere on the field. Guessing we're post-possession on the return. Kind of a duck of a throw, and there were two Eagles there. It was Case and Barry who came up with the interception. So they're going to pick up the flag, and it will be first and goal. Ball sitting at the 2-yard line. The clock was stopped while they sorted that whole thing out. But Wall, after the third turnover, last turnover was a muff punt that turned into a touchdown for the Eagles on a short field. I formation, Sundahl dotting the I. He'll get the carry, right side, got hit, lost the football, and Wall has turned it over.
Fumble on the carry. There's a fumble on the play recovered by Castlewood. They will start.
I think down for Castlewood was Kyrell Baker. Might have come up with the recovery. So Wall, on a first and goal from the 2, turns it over to Castlewood. Clock running, 6.5 to go. And the ball will be just shy of the 5-yard line, call it the 4. So for Castlewood, they will, looks like they have another quarterback in there. Jax Theraldson maybe, number 5. He'll pitch it. No, the same quarterback in there. Logan McMillan still in at quarterback.
Salapak and Hare on the tackle for the Eagles.
So it'll be a pickup for Castlewood.
5-yard gain on the play, 2nd and 5.
Call it to the 9, a pickup of 5. $41-0. Wall with the lead. They had an opportunity to put it in and get a little closer to that 50-point margin to send everybody home here tonight. We're going to play some more football. Motion out to the left side. Double running backs. And that is going to be spun around and dropped down. Among the tacklers for Wall was number 55, Joe Trask, 5'9", 160-pounder. There are 2 or 3 blue jerseys in on that tackle.
No gain on the play, brought down by Joe Trask for the Eagles. Timeout on the field.
And we have an injury timeout. We'll take a break here as well with 5:05 to go. Period number 3, and Wall up 41-0. We're back with more Wall Eagle football on Live Ticket.
The Wall Badlands Area Chamber of Commerce encourages you to support the local businesses and shop small, shop Wall. Shopping locally stimulates the local economy and gives back to the businesses who support our community, local events, and many youth activities. Check out wall-badlands.com for a full list of Wall Badlands area businesses as well as local events and more. Remember, shop small, shop Wall.
It's a particular kind of joy when people come together. There's really nothing like it. And isn't it amazing in that magic moment how all the distance between us, all the obstacles, just disappear? Wherever, whenever, however. Connecting you to what matters most.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance.
Contact Donna Enders, your local Farmers Union Insurance agent, today.
Welcome back to the Crew Agency Press Box.
Let's see how they. It's semis. You got to take it.
I'm trying to get the number of the young man jumping off the. It is number 85 for Castlewood, Taryn Olson. Able to hop his way to the bench under his own power. Pass completed out to the near side, and then the ball is loose, and they're going to say he was down before he lost control.
Kason Berry on the tackle for the Eagles.
And that was Caden Schlopkohl on the reception. First down for Castlewood at the 23-yard line to pick up a 14. Ball on the near hash marks. Castlewood will stay with the two-back set. Bring two receivers to the near side. That is the short side of the field as they move left to right into the wind. What every backup quarterback wants to see. Jet sweep, left side. On the tackle, or the carry rather, Sawyer Craig.
Sawyer Craig on the carry for the Warriors. Colby Salapak on the tackle.
Craig taken out of bounds on the far side. A lot of running to pick up. Nothing? Yeah. No gain. On the jet sweep, the ball will stay at the 23. 3.5 to go now, third quarter with the running clock. Eagles up 41-0. They will go on to play the winner of Phillip and Ipswich next week. Ball stays on the far side of the field. Back on either side of the quarterback, out of the shotgun. He'll run it himself, and he's going to be tackled maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
McMillan on the keeper, brought down by
So McMillan with the carry.
Gain on the play, 3rd and 10.
Got back to the line of scrimmage, and that was it. 3rd and 10 now for Castlewood. So the Wall defense shut out Lemon McIntosh last week. The last 3 games of the year were shutouts. The only team that has scored since week 3, 1 touchdown for Stanley County. That is 6 out of 7 shutouts going right now for Wall. They're trying to complete that here. 2.5 to go, third quarter. Ball thrown out to the near side, and ball is going to be incomplete. I don't know if it got knocked out of his hand. It's going to roll incomplete pass. So 4th and 10, and Wall will get the football back again. So in to kick. Tyson Manley had been punting. I don't know if he's out there, if they have somebody else out there to kick. No, they're not going to punt. Trailing 41-0 on a 4th and 9 or 10. Low snap, pitch right, and the tackle in the backfield is made by the Eagles.
Brought down the backfield by number 6, Deacon.
And that is Deacon Harrer. And it will be first down for Wall. They had a 1st and goal at the 2 of their last possession. They fumbled it away. Now we have another injured Castlewood player on the field. We'll take a break here as well on LiveTicket.
Phillip Building Center is your local full-service lumber yard, building materials, and hardware store ready to aid in all of your project needs. They offer steel buildings and custom sheds and encourage you to stop in for a quote or to learn more about their blow-in insulation trailer rentals, screen repairs, custom glass cutting, DeWalt and Stanley tools, PPG paints, stock tanks, electric fencing material, and plumbing supplies. They wish all area schools a successful and healthy sports season.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Dreaming of back to the Crew Agency press box.
So Tom Anderson back in Wall, and that is a ball game. The officials have called it 41-0. Wall with the win with 1:26 to go in the third quarter. So Wall will advance next week to play the winner of Phillip and Ipswich. Phillip up in that game 14-6, I think was the score that I just saw. Warner Howard going on, Alchester Hudson and Platte Geddes. Winners of those two games will play next week as well. Big night for the Wall Eagles. Their shutout streak continues. Tanner Vollmer in the first half, 127 yards on the ground, 83 yards through the air. Jace Moore, a couple of rushing touchdowns, 8 carries for 74 yards. He caught a touchdown pass from Vollmer as well. From 14 yards out, Carter Sundahl from 25 yards out with the other score. Want to thank the sponsors of Live Ticket and at Wall Eagles Live on YouTube for their help with the broadcast throughout the season. Happy to make the trip out here from Rapid City to bring you the game tonight. So this is Tom Anderson thanking all of you for watching Wall football and their 41-0 win tonight over Castlewood on LiveTicket.tv and at Wall Eagles on YouTube.
Manicured property, or maybe just making those weekend chores a whole lot easier? Grossenberg Implement has the answer. Right now you can get special low-rate financing on powerful and versatile John Deere compact utility tractors. Large or small, we've got them all. And they do it all too. From mowing to tilling to landscaping and hauling. Visit your local or go to grossenberg.com for low-rate financing on compact tractors.